Welcome back, friends and family. We have a couple of days left camping at Timothy Lake North. Then we're going to Boondock at Bald Eagle State Park. So we have to do some RV prep before we hit the road. So stay tuned for all of our preparation. Before we set up the trailer for the Boondock preparation, we have to do our normal routine garbage dump every day. We purchased a few products to help us out while we're boondocking, and a lot of the things we already have, because our site, it's not gonna have a dump, a sewer, we're not gonna have water. We may have electricity, but we're prepared just in case we don't. So we are going to have to sanitize our fresh water tank. We also have 2 7-gallon water totes and a 32-gallon Rhino water tote, but that's for the sewer and the black tank and the gray tank. Something else we also purchased was a water pump just to help us when we need to refill our fresh water tank if it goes low. Using the water pump would allow us to save up on energy and hurting my back holding up that 7-gallon water can and having someone else hold the funnel. So I can't wait to use that. We've used it before tent camping and it worked out for an outdoor shower, but we're going to use it now just to put water into the fresh water tank. We're only going to be boondocking for 4 days, so that's plenty of time to get in what we need to get in. The kids also got some new hiking gear from the Nike store and they want to try those out too. They're all Nike, I don't know if they're high top or half top, whatever they call them, 3/4, but they're good for hiking and they can keep their balance. We also want to put those solar panels to use. The new solar panel that we bought from Harbor Freight, we had to buy a bunch of adapters for it because it came with the SAE connection, and then we had to buy an extension cord for it. We had to buy a Furrion adapter to hook it up to our trailer to keep our trailer batteries charged just in case we don't have electric. We also had to buy reverse polarity adapters because a lot of these items with the SAE connectors, when you buy additional items, the polarity is backwards, so you have to reverse it with the use of other adapters, so you just have to keep buying things. I'm doing it that way because I'm going to video a lot of it, but you can also just modify the wire and connect it the way that you need to, because if you're connecting something to the Furrion adapter to your trailer, you're gonna need a solar charge controller. So with those, you have to modify the extension anyway. No one has fallen yet, so I'm guessing these hiking shoes are great. At Bald Eagle, they have a lot of trails that we went on. The last time, we were not prepared, and we got stung up by mosquitoes, twisted ankles, and all. So we all have our hiking gear to go hiking when we get into Bald Eagle. We also have our swim trunks and bathing suits to go into the beach there. They have a lovely beach. On this trip, somehow I broke my Apple Watch. I don't know how I did that, but I feel kind of naked without it. So I'm gonna have to stop by an Apple store and try to purchase another Apple Watch. The one that I had was like the 2nd generation, and I think they up to like the 7th generation now. So it's about time that I updated it. I know the new watches, they have a lot of new functions that my older watch didn't have. The one thing I do like for the 2nd generation, that it was waterproof. So this one I know is gonna be waterproof as well. People that have Apple Watches, when you look at your arm and you see this, you know what I mean. Feels like you're naked. Okay, here are some of the devices that we're going to be using while we're boondocking. Of course, we're going to take this Amproad 1000 watt portable power station along with our solar panels and other solar batteries. We bought this outdoor shower kit. This is going to be pretty cool to save on the water from our tanks. Now, our RV has an outdoor shower, but we use this just in case the kids want to take 2 at a time or something like that. This can mount up right to the side of the RV using this connection piece here, and you just mount it right up and you connect the water hose along with the pump, and you have a shower. It has the on and off toggle switch right at the bottom of the shower head. Here's that water pump that I've been raving about. This thing works so well, and I believe it was $69 from Amazon. I'm gonna put the link for this in the description below. So if you want to check it out, this is one cool hack to have, especially for guys living the van life. If you want to use this pump in your van when you're doing a van life, it's very easy to use, and it has like the garden hose fitting attachment. So you can buy drinking water hoses and you can connect it to one of these 7-gallon water totes in your van, or you can buy a bigger water tote if you want. And all this does is just screws up right into that water tote, or you can drop the hose down into the water tote, connect it to your water pump, and then connect it to your sink with the same assembly. And you can put this on, you can plug this into an inverter. An inverter has an on and off switch. The pump does not have an on and off switch, so as soon as you plug it in, it's gonna stay on. But if you have this on its own inverter, you can turn the inverter off, or on a power line where you can switch the power on and off with a toggle switch. This works well. You just turn it on when you need water, turn it off when you don't need it. Here's the 7-gallon water can. This thing works amazing as well, and it works with the pump and the shower head. If you're using these in combination, they work really well. You can take a long shower. When people take a shower, you're not gonna use 7 gallons of water. You may use 2 gallons, maybe less. If you're conserving water, you're going to use less. But you can take a shower right from your van or your RV outside, and it's really nice. For the van lifers, if you want to take a shower outside, this thing mounts up to the outside of your van or inside or wherever you want to mount it to. Any metal attachment, it will mount with the magnetic strip, and you can take a good shower in the van or outside the van, wherever you're going to be. All this equipment we use, we tried to use it on a trial basis before we get out on the road. So we'll use it when we're mooch docking, and we'll use it when we have full hookups, just so we can see how well it works and what we need to adjust before we get on the road. So here is where we're going to sanitize our fresh water tank. We're gonna hook up the outdoor shower to see how well it mounts to the RV. I already know how the pump works because we did that in a video that you may have seen before. If you didn't, check it out. It's one of the tent camping videos where we were at the Delaware Water Gap, where we had to take the outdoor shower in a privacy tent, and I was showing how it works with the privacy tent. Actually, that video is a few weeks ago. I'm still on the fence about putting solar on top of the RV. I don't like putting holes in the roof. So that's why we have all the extra solar panels, just to see how everything is going to work out. So we're going to test out the solar panels before we head out, the new solar panel. We're going to check out all the adapters, and once we get to the park, we'll set everything up to make sure that we have everything running. And we like to cap the same way like if we were home, and the same way if we would have full hookups. I know we're not be able to run the AC as much, so we're going to try to get area that is somewhat in the shade, but we have enough adapters and extension cords for the solar panels to put the solar panels in the sun. So we're going to see how that works out. The only downfall of not having solar on the roof is that when we're driving, a lot of the batteries won't charge. But what I'm thinking is that we're going to have our batteries charged before we hit the road, so they should be full by the time we get to our next destination. So that's another factor that's making me not want to put the solar on the roof. And if we're somewhere and we need to charge the batteries and we don't have connections or full hookups, we do have a generator. And as always, even if you have solar and you're boondocking with no hookups, you're gonna have to have a generator just to have extra power, because sometimes the sun is not going to charge your batteries enough to where you're going to be able to use a lot of your appliances and things that you need to run your RV. This is where I'm thinking about putting the water jug when we're transferring the water from the 7-gallon tote to the fresh water tank. This is like an easier transfer. Even though the pump can transfer the water from the ground up, I'd rather have it here because the pump doesn't have to work that hard. The pump is not as big as this box. The pump can fit right here in this area. so it makes it easier for the transfer. Here's the other outdoor shower that we use. This opens up, you can pull this out, but the only thing, there's no mount. So this can go all the way up and you have to manually shower yourself. The good thing about the shower that's hooked up to the RV is that you have hot and cold water. The one with the outdoor shower that you just place on the RV, it doesn't have that, so you will have to buy a portable water heater if you want hot water with a shower outside. That's not that expensive, and the assembly of it is not hard. You can get the ones with the garden hose assemblies, and you don't have to worry about any fittings because it's just like hooking up your drinking water hose to the water spigot at the RV park. Everything hooks up seamlessly. Now, dabbling with solar, I'm going to show you why you're going to need a generator, because sometimes when you have cloud cover, you're going to have the solar panel not giving as much energy as you need. See, as the cloud covers, you're going to see it's going to be 0 inputs of power coming in. The solar panel is there, but you're under cloud cover. You're going to get some energy going in, but you're going to have more output. So you're always going to need something else to charge your batteries if you have high output consumption. Here's another view. The solar panel hasn't been out long, but as you can see, it's 30 to 32 watts coming in. We have 36 going out. So we still have more going out than coming in. The trick is to get more coming in than going out. I always sanitize the fresh water tank because after you read this, you be like, hold on, we don't want to get sick. We usually don't use the freshwater tank to drink out of. We use that to wash dishes, to flush the toilet, to take showers, then we drain it out. But we still try to sanitize it no matter what. We've decided to fill up our freshwater tank before we leave, so we're gonna do all of the sanitation here. And we're gonna fill up 2 of our 7-gallon water cans. So we will have 40 gallons of fresh water in the tank and an extra 14 gallons to refill. Now, the water in the water tanks, we can fill up at the park. The park, they have water spigots, but just not at the RV sites. Those are easy to fill up because you can just drive your car, fill up the water, and drive the water back to your RV. And then with the pump the water into your freshwater tank as needed. So that's not an issue. But getting water to fill up your 40-gallon tank, that's the issue. Most people, they drive with the water, but you see some people have accidents where their underbelly falls out into the highway because the tank is full. But this is what the RVs are made for, so I'm sure if that happens to us, we have insurance to take care of it. But I don't want that happening to us. We did it maybe twice where we drove with the freshwater tank filled when we were boondocking when we first started RVing. But ever since then, when we boondock, we just took our water on board with us. Not in the freshwater tank, we just had water bottles that we filled and left them in the refrigerator, all water bottles that we purchased from the store, like the 1-gallon bottles. We're still going to do that, but the size of our family is so large, we go through that water very quick, cooking and drinking. A couple of videos from now is going to be our travel day video to our boondocking location at Bald Eagle State Park, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. You're going to see us pack it up, driving. The journey over there is really, really nice. You see all these different towns and different people. I think there's a big Amish community over there. So you see them with their horses, the horse and carriages. You see them with their outfits that they wear. It's pretty cool to see and pretty cool for the kids to see. And they usually look at us like we crazy when they see the big rigs passing by them. Remember, our Patreon account is up and active. So if you want to support the Smalls RV Adventures in any way, you can head over to our Patreon account. The link is below in the description, and you can support us that way. If you want to throw gas in our tank, there's a thanks button right below the video. You don't have to, but that's what it's there for, to help out the channel in any way. Anything that we receive from the channel, we throw right back at the channel, whether we're driving across country, driving 2 hours away, everything goes back into the channel. We also have the Smalls RV Adventure shop right below this video. If you look down, you'll see a bunch of items, cups, mugs, shirts, and there's a bunch of different items. If you see something in one of the clothing styles that you like or accessory styles and you don't find it in the exact model that you like, just send me a message. You can send it over one of the videos, and those things are very easily customizable where I can put different designs on different things, and it's a matter of seconds. So if you see a cup with one of the logos that you like and you want that on the cup, just send me a message and I'll adjust the store where I can put that logo on whatever item that you want that you see in the store if it's not already there. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram. On those platforms, we usually have a lot more fun than we have on YouTube, where we put the clips of the upcoming videos to music, and you can see sometimes upcoming locations that we're going to go to before we actually get there. A lot of people like it because it lets them know where we're going or to be, or it's just like a surprise, like, where is this place? This place is pretty cool, and it gives you sneak peeks of upcoming videos. If you stuck around this long, make sure you smash that like button, and also leave us a comment. You can be a comment about anything you want. And as always, please consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber. Make sure you stay tuned for that Boondock video. That one's going to be amazing. It's one of the favorite parks of us that we like to go to. So until next time, see you later, everybody.